Guys, Will from Melbourne Strength and Conditioning again. So I'm just going to show you another single leg variation. It's another variation of the single leg RDL, or single leg Romanian deadlift. So I've done a few videos on different variations before. Most people are familiar with the movement. So here's our typical one. We'll grab something like a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Usually use this contralateral side, so the opposite hand to leg. That would generally be a starting movement for somebody, right? Of course, there's no rule that we can't do both hands or do ipsilateral as well. All sorts of variations, lots of tools we can use to do that. But one place where we're limited with the kettlebell or a dumbbell or any implement that's just hanging from our hand is that our most loading is going to be at this bottom position, right? Here the hamstring's on full stretch, but then as we come through, now we're at a more of a mechanical advantage and we can lock out quite easily, and there's not a lot of overload for the muscles there in that top position, right? So, and another thing to think about is vectors. So another variation would be a cable single leg RDL, where we have like a low cable or even a high cable attachment, so now the load's out in front of us, right? And that gives us the benefit of we have to sit back against the load. So rather than the load pulling us down, we now have more of that emphasis of pushing our hip back because the weight's trying to pull us forward, right? So it really helps for those people that tend to sort of lock out the knee and just hang on their low back looking for passive stability. They now need to make sure that knee stays soft and focus at hinging the hips backwards to resist that counterbalance pulling them forward. But then we can get the best of both worlds with a much more advanced version, right, using bands. So we've just rigged up 2 bands here. You can use any sort. The tubing with a couple of handles will work fine as well. So what you want to do is come back far enough to where it almost feels too heavy, right? And I would expect that you're probably going to stuff up a couple of reps. If you don't, it's probably too light. So come back to where you've got a lot of tension, because you've got to remember this is where the most tension is going to be throughout the exercise. As we come forward, there's less tension on the bands. So come quite a way back, right? Set yourself, and now hinge, hinge, hinge. And again, we have to sit back because the weight's trying to pull us forward. But now, here, the bands are at the lowest tension, and I'm at the least mechanical advantage. But as I come through and get to my muscles get in a better, a more advantageous position, mechanically speaking, the band tension starts coming on. So I have to keep working through that band tension to lock it out. Right, so I'll show you a few reps. That was probably a little bit easier there. Fold, fold, fold. It really tries to sling me forward. And I've really got to focus on accelerating all the way through to get that lockout. Right, trying to do a couple of good reps and concentrate now. Right, big glute lockout. Right, if you lose balance at the top, just touch the ground with your foot, reset, go again. Right. Okay, so that's the band single leg RDL. So just a different variation in terms of load vector and in terms of the strength curve, how we're loading it. So just another tool in the toolbox to try out. Give it a go, let me know what you think.